if your YouTube search brought you here, that means you're wondering, is Axie Infinity actually profitable? Should I play Axie Infinity? How much does it cost to buy my first team? And so on, with a lot of questions that pop in the mind of a person who's considering to play the game. Now, disclaimer, I'm not going to teach you how to play the game. I'm going to tell you how much did it cost me to buy my first team, how much money I made with it in the first month, what is breeding, what is playing, how difficult it is, how long does a game take, and is it worth your time? Let's jump right into it. First, let's go to the Axie Infinity marketplace, which is marketplace.axieinfinity.com. As you can see here, this is the trade, 15 million US dollars traded in the last 24 hours. This is the trading of creatures only on Axie Infinity. If you go to the past 30 days, you will find 667 million traded of Axie Infinity creatures. Now, to start the game, you need to buy yourself 3 creatures, right? And you can do your research on the creatures you need to buy. There's a lot of equations for buying the right creature. But, you know, most of their prices are not, let's say, not less than a couple of $100, but a decent team of 3 creatures will cost you about $1,000. Let's go to my initial setup. What did I spend? I actually got the Plant Aqua team. Now, there's a lot of options. You can do Plant Aqua. Plant Beast Bird is quite a popular setup, and please do your research on this setup before you start the game. That's very useful. They cost me about 0.1 Ethereum, which was around $300 at that time. So I paid $900 to get the creatures. I paid another $100 in gas fees. Those of you who are not familiar with gas fees or Ethereum, this is the amount, the transaction fee that you pay. So the total I've spent is around $1,100. Now, if you're deciding on breeding, you're probably going to need another Axie. So you'll need 4. So I'll be around 1,500. But let's focus on this number. This is the number I've started with. This is where we calculated our profits. Now, how do you make money? And there are 2 coins associated with the game. You have SLP and AXS, and they're digital coins, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum. You can trade them, sell them. SLP you get while you're playing the game, and it's gains that you play inside the game. You get a certain amount of coins. AXS you get if you're an exceptional player, or you can buy on the marketplace because you're going to need them to do the breeding. And I'm going to show you a little bit of what the breeding looks like and how much money it made. Now, if you are starting the game, you will need a Ronin wallet. Yeah, Google Ronin wallet. It's an extension that you download to Chrome, and you can see here how much Ethereum I have, or wrapped Ethereum, how much AXS, and how much SLP. In some countries, you can deposit directly into Ronin wallet. If you cannot, you'll have to go to Binance or a similar exchange in your country. And from there, you can actually purchase, let's say, $1,100. What are they worth today? They're worth 0.3 Ethereum. So yeah, 0.1 will get you somewhat of a decent setup for a team that you can actually breed. So yeah, this is a good way to start. You'll have to deposit those then into MetaMask, which is again another Google extension. Sounds confusing, but you can YouTube every step. It's quite simple. You buy them on an exchange like Binance, you transfer them to MetaMask, and from MetaMask to Ronin. Now, you will have some expenses associated with these transfers. Let's take a look at my first team, and then we'll jump right into the game and take a look at the game. So I started with a plant and double aqua, and this was my aqua. I actually bought it for 0.1 Ethereum on 7th of September. And I'm not going to go into the characteristics or anything, but it was it required some decent research to find out what to buy. It took me a couple of days. A lot of time was invested into that. So when we're talking about time and investment of time, and let's take a look at the game, and then I'll tell you how much money I made in the game. Because it's easier to understand once we're inside the game how it functions, Is it difficult? And if you look at Axie Infinity, it is not a stupid game. It is a very smart game. It's more like chess rather than a stupid entertainment game. Now, this is your, let's say, entry portal, and you have this on iOS, Windows, Android, any portal or device that you're using. Now, these are my 3 creatures that I'm playing with them. You can play Adventure or Arena. Both are profitable. Both have their interesting way. Today, I'm going to show you Arena. I just want to show you, if you remember in this slide, I told you we have AXS and SLP. And good players get rewarded with AXS. If you are a good player and you reach the top 1,000 players get really special rewards. So forget about the top 50. Let's focus on the top 1,000. They get 1,000 AXS, yeah? And how much is AXS in US dollars today, right now? I'd say last time I checked, it was about $63, $67. So yeah, $67, and you get 1,000. So that's $67,000 if you're a decent player. So yeah, there's a lot of incentives in this game. Now, if you play the normal way, which is the arena, every match you play, you get rewards. And we're going to go into a match. You play against a person. Basically, each character gets a set number of cards. You will have to understand, very much like chess, what each character is entitled to do, what are the cards that damage what characters. It's a very chess-like game with very basic decision-making skills. Now, I'm unfortunately going to lose an energy because I don't want to continue this match. I can't even surrender, so we're going to keep that playing and as I continue the video. As you can see, it's very basic gameplay, but you need to you do your research on all the parts of the game. How do you kill your opponent? What cards do you use? What opponent you play versus who? Now, each match takes about 5 minutes, and you get 20 energy a day. If you have a 3 Axie team, you get 20 energy. You can play 20 matches. That's about an hour of your time every day. Now let's and it looks like I'm winning actually in this game. I really want to stop this, but yeah, I'm not even monitoring my energy. Let's go back to our presentation, and let's take a look at how much money I actually made. Let's go back. Where's the presentation? Okay, we'll have to scroll this down. Apologies for this. I'm just gonna probably cut it out. Okay, here we're back. We're back. So I played every day for 30 days. I would get 6 SLP for every match that I win. I won an average of 15 matches. Like I said, I'm not the best player. You can see I was winning. Now I'm currently, I think, losing. And each SLP was 9 cents at the moment. So I made about $270 worth of money playing 1 month. And not really being an expert player, like being an average player, kind of understanding the concept of the game, knowing how to play around, but not a professional. Another way to make money is breeding. Yeah, so I did breed my Axies. I did a breed. I have, like you see, 2 similar Axies, which are water Axies. So you can breed them together and actually get babies and sell those babies. Now, the cost of the breeding was 2 AXS. So we're talking about, let me make myself smaller here. We're talking about $240 I spent in AXS to the cost of breeding those 2 babies was 2 AXS and about $100 in SLP. So I made a total profit of $260 from breeding as well. And while we wait for this match to finish, let me show you a little bit of the breeding. So in your account, you can go to my account and inventory. You can actually see the Axies that you have. And so this is one of the Axies that I have got as a result of breeding. And a very powerful and useful tool there are two tools I want to speak about. You take the number of the Axie and you go to axie.tech. And here you have a guide to show you what's happening in the market for Axies that are similar to yours. I think I just lost. Yeah, defeated. So calculate the price. Okay, this is a unique Axie. Let's take another Axie. There's a lot of common Axies that people look for, and when you learn how to breed, you'll actually learn how to breed the ones that people usually buy and that have a lot of activity on. And I think this is one of them. So this tool helps you see what's happening in the market. If you have a similar Axie, it's currently for sale. This is the cheapest 0.07 Ethereum, which is actually not bad. There wasn't any last one was sold for 0.1. So if you're a bit if you can wait a little bit, I'm sure you can get 0.1 Ethereum for it. So one of them was just sold for 0.7 Ethereum. So this brings me back to my equation here. So I made $260 from breeding and $270 from playing the actual game. $530 in profit in 2 months. That's actually a very decent number. Now it does require some time investment in learning and time investment in playing. And by learning, I mean the learning continues. You need to learn the cards. You need to, there's a long learning curve that's dragging me a bit down. So I'm more interested in breeding. But to understand breeding properly, you need to play the game for at least a month. Another useful tool is Axie Zone, and in Axie Zone you can see a lot of things. You can see a breeding stimulator. You can try maybe 2 Axies that you want to buy that you were deciding to breed them. This is a great tool. You can find Axies, you can find builds, you can find the teams of the players that are the top 100 currently. So you can go inside the leaderboard, find a person who's like number 1, who's the guy who's going to make millions of dollars in rewards, and see what team he plays and what characters he uses. And so, like I said, there's a lot of learning with it. It's a very interesting game. This is the profit. Tell me what you think. Is it worth it or is it not?